reading scriptures, I'm reading about the disciples, and the things that you are saying is Matthew. A lot of this is the words of Matthew. What I'm struggling with, Philip, is I feel people are in both camps. There's nothing wrong with that, though, is there?
When you say both camp,
I mean that when I talk to, if you like, Christians, their belief system is similar to what we're talking about now. But I find that they believe implicitly that their way is the only way
no.
to Christ. You need to go through Christ to reach God. And I feel quite uncomfortable about all this at the moment. I don't quite know why, but I'm probably questioning the Bible against, and it shouldn't be against, but I'm just questioning,
Sure,
is there only one way?
okay. I've lost you on the screen, but I can hear you. So
Sorry.
that's all right, no worries. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, there is no one way.
Okay.
There is no one way. There is only one realization. There is only one realization.
Yeah.
What's there's infinite ways to this. And it's also true for me to say there is no way at all.
Mm.
There is no way at all. That's sometimes referred to as the pathless path.
Right.
And the reason it's the pathless path is because one is already this and is never not this. But you've believed in the appearance, that which is on the green screen, enough to have the experience of not being that. So there is no path to it. There's only the realization one is it. It can be said this way: you get there by realizing you are already there. Let me say that again. You get there by realizing you are already there. And there is not a place, it's not a point in time, it's not a location on the earth or somewhere else in the universe or the galaxy or whatever. There is this as infinite awareness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, the problem with something like the Bible, unfortunately, whatever it was Jesus as the realized being was sharing, it's then being written down, and there's a problem straight away. We're using the limitations of words to convey that which is beyond words. But that's okay if one tries to do this with a pure heart. It's not the words themselves, it's the energetic signature in them that's important to transport you beyond the words.
Yes.
But then, of course, history shows, and you don't need to believe me on this, that the Bible has been through by many a Roman emperor and people in the Catholic Church and whatever, and been through all sorts of revisions, taking away it from the purest original message. And in bits of there, you will still find pointings like be still and know.
Yeah.
And then you will find all sorts of other stuff which some Roman emperor or some pope or whatever has put in to convey something to get you to buy into. And I was brought up a Catholic, by the way. What the message that they gave us was the one true faith. The one true faith. Now, even as a 7 or 8-year-old child, this did not make any sense. And it was still being cast as a message. The thing is, though, unfortunately, when it goes into religion as opposed to spirituality, it becomes a belief system. And you then become your belief. You create the experience of being that belief. And going right back to the beginning, I was saying here, belief is the only block through this. You see, belief is something that is beyond your experience, and so you require the energy of believing in something you perceive to be outside of yourself, this entity which we call God, this bearded man in the sky who's looking over you and saying you're good enough, you're going to hell, you're going to purgatory, or whatever. And it's not like that. And again, you don't need to believe me about that. But if you've had any kind of, in quotes, religious upbringing, part of the dissolution is moving beyond the belief system. Now, if people are locked into that, there's nothing wrong or right about it, but what's happening is people are creating their own experience there by buying into the belief system, and their path through that is different to, say, somebody who's been brought up in just a kind of non-denominational way. There's a different path. There's no path that's better, or the appearance of a path that's better, and there's no path that's worse. There are, however, some that will be experienced as more challenging by virtue of the beliefs. Key, though, is not to believe anything I say or anybody else says about this. Because truth is a realization, not a belief. Let me say that again. Truth is a realization, not a belief. And truth isn't a thing. It just simply is infinite silence, which is no thing, or infinite awareness, or infinite consciousness, or true self. And if you must use the word, God. And I don't use the word very often because it's a loaded word. And if you go to different places in the world, it will mean different things to different people. And so I use consciousness, silence, awareness, presence, stillness. They're much less loaded. Is that helping, Wendy?
That's helped enormously, because they were my thoughts, but then I started questioning myself. But no, that sort of verified what I was feeling. So thank you.
Good. And so you come to your awareness and trusting that which is here within is the crucial bit. And the trust becomes the knowing and the realizing.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.